Hey everybody! So, we got some reworks, and one of those, actually, you could say two of those, somewhat, involves our favorite two-headed ogre here, Cho'gal. Yeah, he got a rework, and guess what? There's an event for people to play him again, as Cho'gal got some changes. In his base kit, it's the trait. But let's take a look at Cho first, obviously. The legs. So, Surging Fist. I mean, it's pretty much the same. Consuming Blaze is pretty much the same. Rune Bomb is pretty much the same. And now it's, for Cho, his trait is Ogre Hide. Activate to gain 25 armor, but reduce Gall's damage by 25%. And I'll point out, what it's talking about when we get to Gall. Hammer of Twilight, it's pretty much the same thing, and so is Upheaval. For Gall, Shadow Flame, Dread Orb, they're all the same. Here's something interesting, though. They added you know how at level 1 you would usually pick the Eye of Kilrog for vision? They decided, let's just go ahead, and Blizzard is doing this now. I'm noticing this about what Blizzard is doing. Blizzard is adding talents that people usually always take into the base kit. So for Gall, they noticed a lot of people were always taking Eye of Kilrog. So they just decided to just go ahead and add it into his base kit. So it's just like how Zool has Bone Prison with his number 1 button, his number 1 key. Now that's the same thing for Gall. He just already has it in the base kit. And his trait is Ogre Rage. Activate to increase Gall's damage by 25%, but reduce Cho's armor by 25%. Gall is permanently immune to stun and silence effects. So they wanted to make that clear, that Gall doesn't get stunned or silenced. Only Cho does. And Shadowbolt Volley and Twisting Nether, I think, are pretty much the same as well. So that's pretty much the main difference in the kit for both Cho and Gall. But the real changes came in the talent tree. So, let's start with Cho. At level 1, Consuming Fire heals for 150% more when a hero is ignited. A quest. They've added some quests here for Cho'gal. Every minion killed near Cho increases the amount healed by Consuming Blaze by 0.2%. Every hero takedown increases the amount healed by Consuming Blaze by 2%, and it's uncapped. This is an uncapped quest talent. So you can keep this going and going and going and have him be able to, heal for even more, making him even more sustainable. Or Calloused Hide. Ogre Hide also increases the healing received by 15%, which is good if you have a healer on your team. If you end up on a team without a healer, there's no point in taking this, really. Level 4, Uppercut. Surging Fist deals additional damage to heroes equal to 7% of their maximum health. Good against a very high health tanky team, which also includes Azmodan. Rollback. Rune Bomb continues to travel after detonation will roll back. We've already seen that. Seared Flesh. Each consecutive basic attack to an enemy deals 20% more damage to a maximum of 60%. This bonus lasts 5 seconds or until a different enemy is attacked. Level 7, Power Surge. Each hero hit by Surging Fist reduces its cooldown by 4 seconds. Firestarter. Basic attacks against ignited heroes decreases the cooldown of Consuming Blaze. Reduce the cooldown of Consuming Blaze by 3 seconds. Is the passive. And remember, Cho doesn't have mana. He doesn't need to worry about using mana. So he can just spam this if he wants. Enraged Regeneration. When Gall's Ogre Rage is active, Cho's health regeneration is increased by 200%. I mean, that's definitely going to incentivize to let Gall just have Ogre Rage going the whole time if you're going to take this. Because, I mean, the 25 armor is nice, but health regeneration, that's also really nice. And the Heroics, level 13, Frenzied Fist. Gain 75% attack speed for 5 seconds after using Surging Fist. Runic Feedback. Gall's Runic Blast reduces Cho's Rune Bomb cooldown by 1 second per enemy hit and 2 seconds for each hero hit. Rune Gauntlet. Basic attacks reduce the cooldown of Cho and Gall's heroic abilities by half a second. Holy moly. The battle momentum talent that used to also reduce the cooldown of heroics is back. But it's only on Cho. This is now the only battle momentum talent that reduces the cooldown of heroics. It used to be that way with other battle momentums that other characters have, like Muradin with Ironforge momentum. But these no longer reduce the heroics, except for this one. Level 16, Surging Dash. Cho is unstoppable and heals for 150 health per second while channeling Surging Fist. Twilight Veil increased the armor bonus of Ogre Hide by 300% for 2 seconds if cast while Ogre Rage is active and instantly swaps to Ogre Hide. And Molten Block, the invulnerable that we usually always see Cho take. And at level 20, this is where things get interesting. Those are pretty much the same. The Will of Cho. Takedowns permanently increase the armor granted by Ogre Hide by 2 to a max of 50 extra armor. So he would have 75 armor. He would take 75% less damage. Wow. And then Hour of Twilight. Decreases Cho'gal's death timer by 50%. So even in the late game, he would only be dead for 30 seconds. That's pretty nice. Yeah. Yeah, can you tell they're trying to make them stronger? More enticing of a choice to play? And now for Gall. And remember, the difficulty still set where Cho is medium and Gall is easy, because of course Gall doesn't have to worry about movement, he doesn't control it, he just has to focus on spamming abilities and damage. Keep moving, increases the duration of Shove's movement speed. Bonus, remember, Shove is the Z for Gall, because he doesn't have does a mount or anything, he does this to give Cho a big of a movement speed push. Cho's basic attacks against heroes increase the duration of an active Shove by 1 second. Taskmaster, reduce the cooldown Shove by 10 seconds. Every time that Cho is hit by a hero basic attack, reduce the cooldown of Shove by 1 second. And we see you. Eye of Kilrog's cooldown is decreased by 15 seconds and its range is increased by 33%. Meaning you can do this every 30 seconds now. Level 4, Double Back. Activate Dread Orb before the second bounce ends to reverse the direction of the third bounce. The third bounce of Dread Orb deals 100% more damage to non-heroic targets. Runic Blast deals an additional 180 damage over 3 seconds in an area around the detonation point. Bombs Away. Damaging a hero with Runic Blast increases its damage by 5. After damaging 20 heroes, the range and speed of Cho's Rune Bomb is increased by 20%. Level 7, Edge of Madness. Every subsequent hit of Shadow Flame against the same enemy hero deals an additional 8% damage to a maximum of 40%. These bonuses are lost if the hero has not been hit for 4 seconds. Man, the more you hit him, the more damage he's going to take with each shot. That's pretty nice. Double Trouble! It's a quest talent. If Shadow Flame hits an enemy hero that is afflicted by Cho's Consuming Blaze, its cooldown is reduced by 1 second. After hitting 20 heroes, Shadow Flame's cooldown is instead permanently reduced by 1 second. Ogre Rampage. Gall's basic abilities cooldown 75% for 5 seconds after Cho activates Ogre Hide. Level 13, Searing Shadows. Enemy heroes that are hit by Shadow Flame take an additional 2% of their maximum health as damage. Rising Dread. Each bounce of Dread Orb increases its radius by 25% and damage by 25%. So by the third bounce, it's going to be huge, and it's going to deal a lot more damage. Twilight Nova. After the first bounce of Dread Orb, 2 extra bombs bounce at the sides once. I've seen that one before. 16. Shadow Flame slows enemy heroes by 10% for 4 seconds. This effect can stack up to 3 times. Woo! Leaden Orb. Dread Orb stuns enemy heroes for half a second. Deafening Blast. Runic Blast silences enemy heroes, so you can either add a stun or a silence or a slow. That's really nice. And at level 20, Shadow Fury, shifting the other same as before. Psychotic Break is still here, and I've always liked that, being able to, for 10 seconds, being able to use all the abilities, including his heroic. Although it doesn't say that anymore. But it used to be you'd get an instant refresh on his heroic, like Shadow Bolt, and do it again. The Will of Gall. Takedowns permanently increase the bonus of Ogre Rage by 2%. And there's no, it's lost on death or anything. No, that's how it is. So, yeah. Cho'gal. Looks pretty strong now. Let's take a look at him in try mode. You can actually do this. I didn't know you could do this. I tried this out in PTR. You can actually experiment with Cho'gal in try mode by yourself. You don't need another player to do this. Let me go ahead and turn up the audio just a bit. Alright, so first off, let me get rid of Malfurion over there. Alright, so let's set the level to level 20.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Still does the carrying the horse thing. I love that. Oh, by the way, speaking... Let's see, dance. The taunt. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and choose this so we can see what it's like if you fulfill the quest. Seared flesh. I like the health regen. I've always preferred Hammer of Twilight over Upheaval, only because Upheaval, it brings them, to an area and slows them and does some damage. But this provides a stun every 15 seconds. That's pretty nice. Oh, and it does more basic attack damage. Yeah. I love that it actually gives them the hammer. It's great. Rune Gauntlet to reduce that. Molten Block. And then this usually was my go-to choice here when I played Cho. Cthulhu's Gift. And you can see here there's a button that says switch to Gaul. Hour of Twilight, I think, is what we'll choose. Look at his health bar, by the way. He's got 7,000 health. Alright, complete quests. Quest talents complete, set to 500 for unlimited quest talents, which is what this is. He's carrying that horse. Carrying that horse. Ah! Ha! Activate Ogre Hide, give myself armor. Huh. What I also like about that Invulnerable is that it also deals area of effect damage. There's the stun. Okay. I'm very curious. Oh, look at that. Gaul put that there. Can Cho'gal solo a boss? I mean, I've got the armor active. Boom, there's the health. Or the healing, rather. I don't know. Doesn't look good. I do not need to get rooted right now. Oh, that boss. Wow. He timed that stun just when my invulnerable went down. Wow. Alright, let's switch to Gaul.
Choose a talent.
Switch, press L. So, when I play Gaul here in try mode, Cho is just going to do his own thing, because obviously the AI is controlling Gaul, so I can't do anything. So, it's So it's only, you know, the AI is what has control here. Alright, so let me activate Ogre Rage. Alright, so let's see here. So, I suppose I would consider... Oh, that's the shove, huh? Whoop. Huh. It used to be, That's interesting. It didn't used to be shove. It used to be that the Z button used to be something called hurry up, oaf, which would give him like a movement speed like, you know, kind of hurry up. If you ever saw that animation, you would know what I'm talking about. But that's kind of disappointing that it, you know, I actually preferred that as a, you know, it was like a movement speed buff as opposed to a little shove like in a certain direction. Because that's gonna be like, you know, a little confusing a bit. So let's see here. Let's go with, We See You, Bombs Away, Double Trouble, Shadow Bolt Volley, Rising Dread, Shadow Snare, and then Psychotic Break. Oh, look at, you can see the radius of the Dread Orb. Alright, so let's see how... Is it still slow? Yeah, it kind of is still slow. Let's refresh the forts. Huh! Gotcha, Arthas. Alright, let's complete the quests. There we go. What is the AI Cho doing? Oh, now I'm stuck! I'm stuck! Oh, look at that! He took the invulnerable. Oh, see? Oh, I revived so quickly. I didn't get to show you Psychotic Break. Wait, why does it show 4 to 20? There we go.
Choose a talent.
Now I'm 22. What? I said 20. What? Huh. Oh, the bounce got him there. Yeah. Now see, now it shows level 5. What is going on? I think it might be a tad bit buggy. I'll tell you what, now that Gaul has Eye of Kilrog just in his base kit, this is going to be a bad week for people to play stealthies. Alright, let's see if I can actually show you Psychotic Break here. Let me test this, because there's something I want to test. Oh, it does not automatically refresh the heroic anymore. Well, that's disappointing. Huh. So as you can see, I have no control over the AI Cho and where we're going. I can only do that when I play as Cho. Okay, so I can still activate the Rune Blast even when I'm using my heroic. That's good to know. Look at all that damage he just took. Oh my goodness. Whew. Alright. So... Oh wait, that's right, complete quests. Man, that damage. Hey, AI Cho, go that way. Go that way. I have to tell him to leave. Hey, where are you going? Why are you just stuck there? This is why I gotta, like... Alright, switch to Cho.
Choose a talent.
With every step, we draw closer.
Alright, let me do this again.
Choose a talent.
Flowing power from beyond.
Now he's not even moving. What?
Well, that was rather entertaining.
Kill them all.
That was rather entertaining. Now Cho won't move. Cho, what are you doing?
Choose a talent. Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Oh, and you can see the icon when they activate it. There you go. Activate that.
Choose a talent.
Press that. That's when he activates the armor.
Choose a talent.
When you play
Choose a
Gall,
talent.
press that. Spellbook. That's kind of cool. That there's that little pop up there. So I'll tell you what. I think this Cho'gal is probably going to be a lot stronger now. I'll tell you what. The build for Cho is certainly going to make him a lot tankier. A lot harder for him to get taken down, because with all these certain talents that increases his healing, make him tankier, give him more armor, it's definitely gonna make Cho'gal. And plus with the event that's going on here, in fact, I don't think I showed it to you guys. Let me see if it shows it. It probably won't for me because I already own Cho'gal. Yeah, see, there's a special event, but it's not showing here. It's called Two Heads Are Better Than One. I think that's what it's called, where it's basically the same thing that they did when Cho'gal released, because they want everyone to try out the new talent reworked Cho'gal. So... I mean, I've got Cho'gal, both Cho and Gall, both at level 7, so I wouldn't mind helping people out. Be like, oh yeah, sure, you know, I'll just use them to level up Cho'gal, and they'll be like, hey, I get Cho'gal now. And I'm like, yeah. Plus, I'm sure everyone's interested in trying him out and how different he is in his talent tree to see how much stronger he is now compared to how he used to be. So, Cho'gal, everybody. He is, or they, either one. They seem to be stronger now with this rework. I don't know, outside of this event, how often we'll see them picked or how high of a tier they'll be considered. I doubt we're going to see Cho'gal picked for esports at any point. He still provides the same issues where you are limited to 4 bodies on your team, but if he's able to now be able to survive in fights a lot more often with this rework compared to how he used to be, it could make him a more viable choice. You may actually see him chosen in Hero League or Team League. I don't know. Obviously, time will have to tell. But I do think that this rework does help. How they go back and forth between Ogre Rage and Ogre Hide is going to be interesting, though. Because it's definitely going to take... it's always... communication has always been a very crucial part of when anyone plays Cho'gal. So... that's definitely going to be something I definitely recommend. If you're going to play Cho'gal with somebody, I recommend it be a friend that you know, that you can be able to get on comms with, whether it's Discord, Skype, however you prefer to communicate in games with your friends. If you guys want to try out Cho'gal, and if you want to add him to your owned heroes roster, as that's what this special event will do. I think it's play 2 games with somebody who owns it, and then you will own Cho'gal for free. So, rather than have to spend money or gold to get him. Because you can see he still costs that, but you can get him for free if you just play him a couple times with a buddy of yours who already owns him. I own him, so I'll probably keep a lookout for anyone who's like, hey, does anyone want to help me get Cho'gal? I'll be like, yeah, sure. You know, as just so I can be able to try and get better at him as well as level him up. So, yeah, that's Cho'gal. And we'll be taking a look at a few other heroes that got reworks when we come back. Stay tuned.